Hooker John Allen winning his second cap in place of Kenny Milne and packing down alongside his clubmate David Sole. A massively experienced pack, two young but mature halfbacks and one of the best organised defences in international rugby. Against this, Wales field a side largely untutored in the ways of the international game. It's the same side beaten by England in Cardiff, but in contrast to the Scottish forwards, the Welsh pack lacks experience with Kevin Phillips in his 17th international, their most capped member. Behind, youngsters Neil Jenkins and Scott Gibbs are given another opportunity to build on the promise they showed against England, and always a danger to opponents. Paul Thorburn has amassed 280 points in his 33 internationals. Commentators Barry John and Bill McLaren.
Jenkins gets the game started for Wales. Cronin goes up and takes it clean for the Scots. And there, right away, that tremendous drive by the Scottish forwards. But this is the area now where they have to control possession. And the whole thing had gone down, and so it's the scrummage with Scotland's put in. But these forwards, now the chance for Armstrong. Chalmers along the line to Scott Hastings. Very good tackle by young Scott Gibbs for the Welshman. Penalty for offside right in front of the Welsh post.
Well, what a perfect start for Scotland. The pack on the front foot, magnificent drive of over 20 yards, good clean ball, and no complaints from any member of the Welsh team.
There, Craig Chalmers doing the kicking duties from the shorter distances for Scotland. Chalmers, clean through, first blood to the Scots. And what? Jenkins high again. Cronin once more. But blocking round the front, I think, obstructing round the front. Not Cronin's fault. Big Bath lock forward playing his 14th match alongside Chris Gray in the Boiler House today. And right away, Paul Thorburn decides to have a pot at goal. Thorburn. He's given it a tremendous whack, and the flags are up. That is a great kick. And what a lift that'll give the Welsh captain. Feeding on to Jeffrey. Nicely out from Gavin Hastings to Stanger. Stanger just gets half tackled by Robert Jones. That was a good effort by the little scrum half. Armstrong once more. Chalmers out to Scott Hastings. Gavin Hastings. A chance for Alex Moore. Alex Moore, brilliant tackle by Ian Evans. The pick-up again by Gavin Hastings, and Scotty's brother is in there too. Gray, but Cronin was cut off. Cronin was outside him. Armstrong. Back there goes Moore. It's a nasty ball. Jenkins with the tackle. Moore did well to stay on his feet. The bat missed out everybody to Scott Hastings. Tony Stanger on the Welsh 22, trying to change the angle to burst through. Marvellous ball for Scotland. David Sole going. Great work by the Scottish forwards. Complete contrast. Paul Knight was on the wrong side. This is Chalmers. With cracking tackling in midfield. Jeffrey feeds out to Armstrong. There's nobody outside him. And great Welsh lateral cover there. They flooded the field right across. Jeffrey feeds. Chalmers, Gavin Hastings, Scott Hastings to Tony Stanger. Stanger, well held by Ford. Cronin who wins it. Armstrong, Chalmers. Pick up and drive by John Allen. Allen out there to White. A try for Scotland. Derek White's third try against Wales. He scored one in 82, one in 89. Scotland 7-3 up. They played 20 minutes. It was a lovely palm there by Cronin. The ball bounced away badly, but Chalmers did so sensibly to take it back to the forwards when there was nothing on further out. And then if you watch here, it was John Allen with this surging pace of his, and Derek White right at his elbow. A super forwards try.
Well, it was a beautifully conceived try. Not really good line-out ball. I thought Armstrong again did well, but Chalmers not releasing the ball and bringing his backs into further trouble. A quick release shows the quality of second-class, quick second-class possession, and no problem for the big fella. You can't stop somebody like that from 5 yards.
Through, and he's still going. Beautifully out along the line from Chalmers to Scott Hastings. Scott Hastings back inside to Chalmers. Out to Armstrong. That brilliant play by the Scot. John Jeffrey goes. Somebody's going to try and burrow here. David Bishop was on that far side, but he'd already seen it go down, and Wales get the put in. The arm is raised, and we'll see what it is in a moment. Well, the try is given. We'll have to see that in slow motion. Gary Armstrong looks to be absolutely prime. Now watch Gary, he did it. Gary Armstrong was the scorer. What a try for him. Craig Chalmers with the convert. That looks better all the way. So the Scots stretching away, 10 points. And Paul Thorburn will kick for goal. The high tackles, we'll maybe have a look at that as well. Anyway, it's Paul Thorburn. Now watching, he gives it a real plonk. Wham! Oh, it looks very good. Well, Paul Thorburn is doing the job again for Wales. And a magnificent kick by the Welsh captain and fullback. He's changed the game almost 100 metres. Gavin Hastings goes back and clears. But that was a great riposte by Paul Thorburn. Good tackle that time by Glyn Llewellyn. Chalmers finds space this time behind Ieuan Evans. A very awkward ball for Evans, but he's got room. And Ieuan Evans there, who is playing his 20th international, scored 3 tries in a cup match for his club, Llanelli, last Saturday. And he kind of fancies his kicking a little bit. He was practicing yesterday. Derek Turnbull almost got hands to that one. Yes, the maul had gone down. And here, Lenine goes. Still inside the Welsh 22. Yes, Paul Carter was offside there, number 6. Alan Carter, rather. So the Scots know that they need another score here just to give them a decent cushion. Still just 7 points in it. Armstrong switches. Chalmers with the drop goal. It's high enough. It's straight enough. It's there. So Craig Chalmers drops a goal as he did against Wales here on his debut 2 years ago. And Armstrong is away. Back inside to Turnbull. Turnbull on to Jeffrey. Jeffrey to Chalmers. Chalmers going for the corner. That is a remarkable try. A brilliant try by Chalmers. The crowd are delirious over that one. The handling was first class, and that really has brought them to their feet.
Well, it'll take something to beat this try in the remainder of the championship season. Tremendous play. And I mentioned earlier in the game that after about 20 minutes that Armstrong was already emerging as the most influential player on the field. And he did the damage in this try.
Arnold, Robert Jones, Jenkins, this is Ring. Oh, lovely break by Scott Gibbs. Gibbs very unlucky, he was almost through to Gavin Hastings. Robert Jones again. Jenkins going, back inside there to Ford. Ford half held. Great work by the Welshman, they're coming again. Jones, Thorburn, Ring. Ring still. Ring once more. John Jeffrey is back there, tackled by Gibbs. Armstrong feeds. Chalmers. The charge down, Gavin Hastings. It'll be a scrum 5. Jenkins fed to Mark Ring, and then it was this lovely pass to Scott Gibbs, and he got past Chalmers, and he was so unlucky. I think the scrimmage, penalty to Wales, it may have been for pulling down. Phillips takes it to Brian Williams. But I think there was a body underneath. David Bishop ran very quickly to be round, and I think that there was a body underneath and that he may not have got the ball on the floor. Good strike by Kevin Phillips. What a surge by the Scottish scrimmage again. Jim Telfer's had them working on the scrimmage, and it's paying well. Gary Armstrong once more. and you can... Robert Jones. Clint Llewellyn fed it out, and it was Phillips. Now it's Williams. Robert Jones. Jenkins. Missed out Ring to Gibbs. Gibbs has acceleration, but he's tackled by Lenine. On there to Ring. Ford was across there as well, the little left winger in at right centre. Jenkins, Ring to Jenkins, in comes Thorburn, great tackle by Craig Chalmers, on to Gibbs, this little fella's making his mark, nicely on to Glyn George, this is Carter, out there to Ford, what a lovely try, a superb try by the Welshman, Steve Ford's second try for Wales, the Welshmen are ecstatic about that. Just watch it, it was a magnificent try, but watch this little fella Gibbs again. This is Thorburn, this is where the real incision came. He's so quick, Tony Stanger half got him, still stayed on his feet well. And then the breakaway forwards came in, George and Carter, the two Newport fellas, Carter flat out. And then, well, Ford, he was going to be all the way, although Moore got him, but he couldn't dislodge the ball. Ball Thorburn. A bit of singing to him, inspire him, and it has. Another lovely kick by Paul Thorburn, his third of the match. Out there. And David Soul says we'll go for goal. That really was a blatant charge. And Craig Chalmers, oh, he had a right balloon at that one. Oh, and that may have been knocked on, and that may have been that may be an offside decision against Scott Gibbs, but he's given the knock on, I think. Scott Gibbs played the ball in front of his own man who last played it, but David Bishop says we'll give the scrimmage. Now what will the Scots go for here? They've certainly been shoving the Welsh. It's a penalty for taking it down. Keep it up, he says. Yes, that was very comfortable. And so Gavin Hastings scores his 6 points in the last 5 championship internationals. And nicely out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey surging on, gives it on there to Burnell. In goes Gary Armstrong, and the Welsh killing it. Yes, holding the ball in on the floor. You're not allowed to do that. Hastings, oh, he's given it a great lick. What a belt he's given it. It's over! That's another remarkable kick. And doesn't that exonerate David Soul for the decision? Free, on there to Tony Stanger. Stanger tackled by George, on goes Cronin. Magnificent Scottish forward play with Tony Stanger, adding his power and pace to that movement. Charges on. Armstrong, Chalmers, Stanger changing the angle. Look at the Scottish forwards right at his elbow. A huge blue tidal wave. Again, a magnificent drive. This is all black rugby by those Scottish forwards now. Ball being held in on the floor, but listen to the ovation. Scots going for the pushover. Derek White holds. Can he control it this time? White going, and he's got it down. And Derek White scores his second try, as he did against Ireland last season. And Scotland now surely are safe and home. 30 points to 12, the Scots lead. And it was the secondary shove that did it. Notice how Robert Jones marked his opposite number, but the control here was really good. He almost lost it there. Watch his timing. Within a metre, and he got so low down, there's no stopping him from there. Gavin Hastings. Oh, it's going to sneak in, is it? Yes. Yes. The referee's whistle goes for the end of the match. And it's been another startling game with any amount of good rugby football from both sides. But Scotland winning by 32 points to 12.